Hey, how are you? Okay, so today I want to talk to you about the massive, I think I'm live, I'm getting an error message. Goodness, Facebook. Um, yeah, it looks like I'm live. I want to talk to you guys about the massive importance of trust and faith in business. So, there's this quote by Martin Luther King that I love, and it says, "Take the first step in faith. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step." A lot of time in business, results lag. And that's true for almost any kind of change. Like if you go to the gym or you're dieting, you don't automatically see um, results in your investment right away. You don't get back what you put out right away. So you literally need to trust. And in business, you need to trust and believe in specific things to take you far. Usually, change happens when you reach a particular threshold. So, and then it speeds up. So it's kind of like compound interest. You reach a certain ceiling, you get past it, and then momentum starts to happen. I see a lot of people who are, um, literally, I don't know, Facebook's doing something weird. A lot of people who literally will quit too soon. And what happens is that all sorts of weird things happening. I might have to end this and start over. All right, I'm going to keep going. I'm not sure what's going on. But essentially, a lot of people quit before they reach that threshold. And they don't know what to trust in because we live in a society where we've literally been taught to trust in the wrong things or to trust in results. And you don't really want to do that. You want to have something that you trust in that is beyond results, that is not about results, it's about you. And it's about particular things so that you can go the long way, you can keep moving until you start seeing results. So today I'm going to share with you the things that you need to do, the things you need to believe in, the things you need to trust so that you can stay in the long haul and you can exponentially speed up your results. Success is often all about being in action without being attached to the results or to the timing. But for us to do that, we need to have something that we're literally focused and believing in. All right, let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Elsa. I'm a dog mama, I'm a spiritual nerd, I'm a tea junkie, I'm a licensed psychotherapist and a business growth alchemist in private practice. And I essentially help and work with fellow coaches, practitioners, healers, spiritual leaders. I'm the founder of the Sovereign Entrepreneur Academy, where I help my clients go from best kept secrets to essentially well-known, well-paid expert, and to confidently fill their practice, their programs, their retreats without guessing, without stressing, just following my client overflow formula. I have two gifts for you today. The first one is I created a cheat sheet or a worksheet to go with this training that really outlines the art and the practice of trust and the things you need to trust in to grow your business and get results significantly faster and with more ease. So if you want that worksheet, just type worksheet or cheat sheet and I will get it to you. And then the other, in case I forget later, I also want to invite you to chat with me and brainstorm together for free. So if you, in your soul, in your gut, in your inner wisdom, you know that you're done being overlooked. You know that you're done hiding in plain sight and that you should have more clients. It should be easier to grow your business. It should be easier to make a decent living and more enjoyable. Then I want you to know that you're correct. There are easier, faster, simpler ways to do that and to come out of hiding and to become known and to do the work we were essentially born to do. And I want to figure out what that looks like for you exactly. And the only way for me to do that is to get my eyes on your business and chat with you. So if you want to brainstorm with me, you can put brainstorm in the comment or you can click the link in the description of this video. All right, let's get started. By the way, say hi to me. Let me know if you're watching the replay. Let me know what you do in the world. I would love to know. So success in many ways is literally moving down our path, our unique path in faith, trusting that what we put out at some point we will get back. And I have to tell you that 90% of the time, I don't always get things back in the way I thought I would. This is where trust comes in because life has its own way of balancing things. So sometimes you put a lot of effort into something and it flunks, it doesn't seem to work. And then suddenly something else on the back end is going to take off. It doesn't need to make sense and results don't always make sense. Sometimes it really is simply about trust and surrender. You know, the statement that God helps those who help themselves, I mean, it's cliche because it's correct. So when we're out of trust, when we don't believe in the capacity for receiving and in returns, then we're going to be in the energy of worry. We're going to be in the energy of doubt. We're going to be in the energy of scarcity. We're going to be in the energy of hustling and striving. When you end up in that energy, nothing works. I know that from personal experience, and I know that from working with clients. When clients surrender and they're having fun and they're following their joy, they're following their flow, that's when things seem to move. When they start getting worried, they start getting constricted. It's literally like taking a hose and constricting it. Like the flow of receiving, the flow of abundance, the flow of client, everything essentially stops. So our main job in business is to stay in this openness, in this expansion, while also being in action, in inspired action. If you are in action, but you're in constriction, you're in worry, you're in fear, you bring that energy into any and every action you take, and then you reinforce, it's like a vicious cycle. You reinforce that it's not working, which then adds more worry, more striving, more hustling, more constriction, and we can't get out of it. So trust is the first step. You literally have to embody trust so that you can be in expansion. When you're in expansion, creativity flows, your energy is right, your frequency is right, you're having fun. All of that shows up in every action that you take. So I'm looking at my notes. I feel like I talked about all of this already. Let me share with you the things you need to trust in business. And this is the things you have to embody until you start seeing the results. This is the path to becoming a well-known and well-paid expert authority in your field. And sometimes you have to be unknown, unrecognized, unappreciated for a while until you pop that ceiling and things start to happen and people start to talk about you, to notice you, to engage with you, to reach out to you, to respond when you reach out to them. And you have to be able to trust in these things to get to that point. If not, you will quit too soon and everyone loses. You lose because you're not putting your gifts out there in the world, and all your people lose because you're not putting your gifts out there in the world. All right. So the first thing you need to trust in is that you have a purpose. You were literally born and put on this planet at this time to serve in your own powerful, unique way. No matter the doubt, no matter the lag time, no matter the difficulties or the lack of tangible proof that you're encountering, you have to always come back that if you have a desire to serve, if you have something to offer and the desire to give it, because a lot of us have gifts and we're not always interested in sharing it with the world. We love to keep it for ourselves. That's okay too. If the desire to put yourself out there and to share this with the world is not there, then it's not your path. It's not what you're supposed to do. You got something for yourself, maybe for your family, maybe for a few friends, that's fine. But if the desire to really serve is here in you and to share what you have learned, the gifts you have is there within you, then it is your destiny. Your desires are your destiny, and you were put on this planet at this time with a purpose. I don't care if it doesn't look like it's working, that is the truth, and you need to anchor in that. That if I desire to serve, if I desire to share, it's because I'm meant to, and I'm going to do it no matter what. So that's the first thing you need to trust in. Second thing you need to trust in. You matter, and you have everything you need to serve and to succeed already within you. So this is an extension of the first one. This is not so much about purpose. This is more about the fact that if you were given the desire to serve and you were given the means, you have something to serve with, you have something to share, then you have to own and claim that you are pre-wired, coded for your gifts and your own unique magic, and you don't need anything else. I see a lot of coaches, healers, practitioners, spiritual leaders, wisdom teachers who get in their own way thinking they always need more. They're not enough. They don't have enough. They don't know enough. And they're chasing. Rather than being in service, they're in a process of chasing. Rather than being a creator, they're in the process of being a consumer. And this is something that society wires us for, to be consumers rather than being creators. And I want you to embody, to claim that you have everything you need right now. That doesn't mean you're not going to evolve. That doesn't mean you're not going to grow. That doesn't mean you're not going to get deeper understanding. My coach, Amika Tangerson, has this thing that she says to us over and over and over. You are enough for who needs you next. And it's powerful because that means that you don't have to keep fixing yourself, becoming somebody else, improving yourself. Enough of that shit. You have to just simply love yourself and trust. We're back to this thing. Trust that what you have is enough for the person who needs you next. And go for it. Start being out there in the world, sharing your gifts, regardless of what kind of feedback you're getting. Do not take a lack of feedback, a lack of response to mean that you're not enough. That's what this second trust is about. Your gifts, your light, the way you share it is unique to you. You do not need to improve. The way you move, the way you do things, your soul is wrapped up in that. Your soul is alive in that. All you need to do is trust in that and trust that no one else is exactly like you and no one else can do it exactly the way you do it, and go for it. The third one I have, which is also an extension of this, is that life made you exactly as you are on purpose. Like life made you as you are because that's exactly what was needed for your people to feel comfortable with you and for you to serve them powerfully. Your flaws, your struggles, who you are, how you are authentically is perfect. Own that, claim that. Stop trying to fix or get somewhere else. Just literally serve from who you are and where you are now. Because that's usually exactly what, like, if you can step in that. A lot of us are out there putting masks on. Shit, I do it, okay? So I'm not, like, we're all doing that. We were raised, conditioned to do that. But over and over, I have seen that the people who drop the mask, who have the courage to be themselves, have the courage to be super vulnerable, are often the people who break through that ceiling, break through that threshold, and who become magnetic to the people they're meant to serve. Because your people will look at you, they'll see a video, they'll read a post, and they'll be like, oh my God, this person gets me. They'll feel comfortable. They'll feel seen, they'll feel safe because you were willing to be unsafe. You were willing to be seen. You were willing to be real. So trust that you are and your life experience is exactly as it is on purpose. It's not a mistake. And that includes your trauma, that includes your struggles, that includes if you are sensitive or if you are intuitive or if you are shy, introverted, whatever. If you look a certain way, you're too skinny, you're not as skinny as you would like to be, it doesn't matter. The way you are is exactly how you're supposed to be. That's another thing you need to trust in and embody so you don't get in your way in the process of serving and becoming and being genuinely, authentically yourself. And then the last thing you need to trust, and this is one of the last one for me that I've been really trying to embody. Life brings you everything you need to grow, expand, and thrive. Even if what life brings you at first glance seems to be like a big middle finger or a punch in the face. Even if what you're seeing, what's happening, feels like blocks, feels like struggle, feels like a barrier, feels like you being stuck, trust that even in those moments, there's actually something in there for you. There's gold, there's an invitation, there's a treasure in the struggle. Your struggle are literally a path to expansion in some way, shape, or form. So for me, I'm going to give you a personal example of that. For a long time, my content was good, but it would get no engagement whatsoever. And I would drive myself nuts. Why is no one seeing me? What's going on? Why is no one responding? Why is Facebook not showing my stuff to any of my friends or contacts? And it just wasn't working. And I felt very dejected by it because I would put a lot of effort in my content. And to this day, this is still somewhat true for me. I get more engagement, I get more contact, but not nearly as much as a lot of stuff I see out there that honestly, I don't think is as good as what I offer. At some point, I had a choice there. I could wallow and give up, or I could figure out okay, if this was intelligence, if this was life trying to communicate something to me about how to do this differently, what would be the invitation? What would be the message here? And that led to me doing something I had never done in my business. By the way, this was post-COVID, and I think this is very real of post-COVID, where there's so many people online, we're all bombarded. But essentially, when I realized that my content wasn't working, and I started trusting that maybe there was an invitation in that for me, maybe there was information, valuable information about how to grow my business, at that point, I started doing something totally different that I had never done, which was I started reaching out to people and building relationships through Messenger. And not trying to sell them anything, just saying hi, just saying, hey, I love the post you did on this. And things started to pick up. I started getting engagement. This is how I filled my group, by deciding that I was going to put all my eggs in content and I was going to reach out and connect with people in different ways. So that's the last piece of things you have to trust, is that everything you're encountering, every experience you're encountering is not a mistake. It is literally information. And if you can get curious and you can start shifting how you look at things and ask, like, hey, what am I not trusting here that I need to trust? What's the invitation here? What's the gold or the message here? You will literally, like, life will give you your path forward. Life will give you your path towards expansion. When you embody these truths, when you learn to trust in them, you become a beacon and a lighthouse for those you are meant to serve. And the chance of you giving up because you're having a bad week or a bad month, or it's not working as quickly as you want it to work, like, dissipates. I was listening to a video. Who was it? Someone who's like really famous in the business coaching world. I can't think of her name right now. But she was talking about that you can't, like, somebody asked her, like, at what point do you need to, like, just get real that it's not working? And her answer was 5 years. You literally have to keep at it for 5 years before you can decide that something is truly not working. Now, that doesn't mean if you have a strategy and you're getting no result that you're going to keep doing it for 5 years. You're going to tweak. But her comment was, you need to keep at it for at least 5 years before you decide to quit or do something different. So these truths that I just gave you are literally here to essentially show you what you need to focus on while you're building the momentum, so that you can be present for the long haul and you can exponentially speed up your results. Because if you are focusing on results, on numbers right away, your energy will drop, which will then literally get in the way of you getting anywhere. Like right now, I don't think I have a single person. Actually, I think I have one person watching this live. That's okay. People will come out on the replay. I'll send it to my email list. Someone at some point will find this training and will message me. And that could be months down the road. It doesn't matter. Trust that if you feel like sharing something, the results don't matter on the short term, and just keep doing it. If you don't trust in these things I just gave you, you will only look at numbers and you will sabotage it. You'll sabotage your growth, you'll sabotage your energy, and then you'll wonder why nothing is changing. So that's what I have for you today. You want to trust that you have a purpose and you are on this planet at this time to serve in your own unique, powerful way. You want to trust that you have everything within you already wired in, coded within you to succeed and to serve powerfully. You don't need to fix yourself. You don't need to learn more. You don't need to evolve in some ways. You need to be okay with where you're at and know that you have, as my coach Mika says, you are enough for who needs you next. You want to embody and trust that life made you exactly as you are, because it is exactly what your people want and need. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop putting a mask. Stop trying to show up in a different way that is not you. Just really embody the truest version of you. Who you are, how you share is unique and authentic to you, and it is exactly what your people, the ones you're meant to serve, want and need. And then the last one is, life brings you everything you need to expand and thrive. So even if you feel like you're getting middle fingers, you're getting punches in the face, there's something in that for you. Get curious. What if that was an invitation to try to do it a different way? What if this was an information or something that I need to expand and to do something, like to do what's next. Get curious about like what could be the gold, what could be the treasure, what could be the invitation in what you're experiencing in the moment. Maybe there's something in there for you to share with your people that's going to totally expand things. And keep focusing on those things no matter what you see out there. And do that as long as it takes until you break through the threshold, you break through the ceiling, and the momentum starts to speed up. So this is what I have for you. You want to come back to this during moments of doubts and just re-anchoring these things. Today I have two gifts for you, two invitations for you lined up. The first is I created a cheat sheet or worksheet to go exactly with this training where I remind you of these truths. If you want that, put cheat sheet or worksheet in the comment and I will send it over to you. And then the second invitation is it's an invitation for you and I to sit down for an hour, totally free, and brainstorm how to create your unique path to success in your business. If you're ready to experience like more results with a lot more ease, then I want to chat with you. I want to invite you to on one of my business breakthrough brainstorming sessions so that we can see exactly what needs to tweak, what's needed to help you create exactly what you want without guessing, without stressing. Essentially, this is a full hour of you and I partnering together to figure out what's getting in the way and exactly how I can help you become known, become recognized, get paid more, attract more clients, and essentially reach your first or next six figures in your business without having to sacrifice yourself, without having to get burned out, without having to lose your freedom or your joy. Will essentially create your unique aligned path to effortless success and to a business that technically is going to nourish both your soul and your bank account. Because if you don't love it, it's not success. I don't care how much money you're making. All right, so if you want to do that with me, if you want to chat for an hour and talk about your business and let me see what's going on and give you some steps to get moving, then you can put brainstorm in the comment or you can click on the link that is in the intro, in the comments of this video, in the description, essentially. That is what I have for you. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week and weekend. Sending you love.